It's been a while since we've seen a Queen's Park Rangers thrashing, but unfortunately that's exactly what the Ars faithful were subjected to on Saturday afternoon with a 3-0 loss away at Hull City, the biggest defeat of Martí Cifuentes' tenure to date. And if that wasn't bad enough, the results of the teams around us didn't go too swimmingly either, with shock wins for Plymouth, Blackburn and Birmingham over Leicester, Leeds and Coventry respectively, as well as draws for Huddersfield and Sheffield Wednesday, meaning our safety buffer has been cut down to just 3 points with 3 matches to go. As usual, let's break down this disappointing result, and if you enjoy this post-match reaction, don't forget to hit like and subscribe. It's bizarre to think that just 2 weeks ago we were halfway through those Easter weekend double wins that took Rangers to 6 points clear of the drop. But QPR were never going to make this that easy, were they? Just 13 days on from our last win against Swansea, QPR are now winless in the 3 matches since, and that 6-point buffer has already been halved, meaning questions over our championship survival still very much remain. Unfortunately, our now stuttering form comes down to 2 key reasons. The first is the same that's plagued this side for the past 2 seasons. There is simply not a goal scorer in this team, and now the random Steve Cook and Jimmy Dunn worldies have subsided, that issue is back and more pronounced than ever. The second is that for all the miracles that Marty has worked over the past few months, he's not a complete wizard, and the piss weak mentality of this squad has still found its way of rising back to the surface just one final time, just like it did to his predecessors. The way I see it, these players thought the job was done after Swansea, hence the sleepwalking display against Sheffield Wednesday last weekend, and now it's all started going wrong. They really have no idea of how to turn this back around. And they might have even got away with that complacency thanks to Sam Field's scrappy goal against Plymouth Argyle on Tuesday night, had Begovic been capable of catching a simple corner ball that instead ricocheted off of the knees of Adoma into the back of the net. Those 2 extra points would have put QPR in a much more comfortable position heading into this weekend, but without them, the onus was now on picking up a result away at one of the finest attacking sides in the league. One that QPR very much rode their luck to beat at Loftus Road back in December, and one that despite such poor home form in 2024 were still mathematically capable of making the playoff places, and as a result very much capable of doing QPR harm. Cifuentes made 2 changes to the team, with Clark Salter returning at centre-back and Powell losing his place at left-back to Fox, presumably in a bid to emulate our tight defence against Swansea. While Chris Willock, who I personally would have preferred to have seen starting back in that number 10 spot as per his cameo against Argyle, took Paul Smith's place out on the right wing. Within the first minute of the match, Morgan Fox's audacious effort from outside of the box would force Ryan Allsop into action, but it would be Ozan Tufan's right-footed shot from outside of the box on the 8th minute, Hull City's first effort of the game, that would open the scoring. And it was at this point that Queen's Park Rangers fans across the lands knew they were in for a very long afternoon. Don't get me wrong, it's an outrageously good hit from Tufan. It's the sort of goal that Elias Chair has been trying to score for months. And don't get me wrong, there are not many goalkeepers that would be capable of keeping that one out. But give Hull's second top goal scorer that much time on the ball and position yourself that poorly in your box as a 6'5" goalkeeper and you're practically asking for it. The problem with conceding so early was it set the tone for the afternoon. It was one-way traffic, and in the 19 minutes that followed, QPR had no reply in front of goal. And it didn't help that this was an off day for our defence. Between the first and second goals, Philogene would be set in behind, but misplaced his shot to Carvalho, and Philogene would again pick the pocket of Steve Cook inside our own box just minutes later. On 27 minutes, Fabio Carvalho successfully doubled the damage. Tufan again pulling the strings with an excellently weighted through ball that put the Liverpool loanee in behind Jake Clark-Salter to calmly lift the ball over Begovic. And again, we just couldn't respond because our list of problems was so long. We were overrun in midfield, we were playing at walking pace at best, Dykes misplaced the ball every time he got it, Chair and Willock were doubled up on every time they got on the ball. Our fullbacks were struggling with their wide players, centre-backs were being caught flat-footed. It was just all wrong. Cifuentes threw on Smith and Cannon for Anderson and Dunn in the second half in a bid to get things going, and to some extent it did. But unfortunately, Smith's toothlessness from Tuesday night was alive and kicking. Just a minute into the second half, Chair would play an excellent cross into the box that would just dink itself in between the 2 centre-backs, and it was there on a plate for Paul Smith, but he stabbed it wide of the left post. And that was the sliding doors moment of the match, unfortunately, because if you put that one in at the beginning of the second half, the dynamics of the game change. But of course it went the other way, with Hull City continuing to dictate play, and on 52 minutes they took the game out of sight. Morton's free kick into the box was initially dealt with by Sam Field, but Philogene sweetly hit half volley from the resulting ball rifled into the bottom right corner. Again, another great hit. Put it into any of the corners and you have a good chance of scoring against Begovic. But it also shows the gulf in quality too. This is what a £5.8 million winger does. Give them a couple of chances at goal and they will take one. A scattering of chances would come our way for the remaining half an hour. The best would again fall to Paul Smith on the 61st minute, when Samfield stabbed through an excellent low-driven through ball that set him in behind the Hull City defence. And he looked to have completed the job when he rounded Allsop, but his weak shot, I'm not even sure you could call it a shot, gave Hull City plenty of time to clear it off of the line. Despite our chances though, Hull City was still the more cutting of the two sides, with Liam Delap nearly capitalising on a simple ball over the top when he lobbed Begovic, but Reggie Cannon was there to block it off of the line and keep it to 3. Now I spoke after the midweek results about the fact that Huddersfield, Stoke and Blackburn were thrashed in the midweek, and the fact that it was important that even when we were losing, we weren't getting absolutely demolished. So I'm so disappointed that we were dispatched with such ease yesterday, and we're now stuttering at the worst possible time of the season. Some people seem relaxed, but we've lost the same amount of matches in our past 3 as we had in our previous 13, and QPR and Rotherham were the only 2 teams in the bottom 9 to lose their matches this weekend. Don't get me wrong, with the money that Hull City have spent and the quality they have at their disposal, it is no surprise that they beat QPR. But they barely had to get out of second gear because this team has lost its head since Sheffield Wednesday. The close chances we missed mattered very little because I'm very confident that had we taken one of them, Hull City would have been very capable of raising their game again. And with so many results going against us this weekend, it fell to Bristol City's Nahki Wells to reduce the damage, converting his 100th minute penalty that wasn't a penalty against Huddersfield, meaning our gap was reduced to 3 points rather than 2. We of course do still have a better goal difference than the bottom 3, even with that hit yesterday. And I know many consider that an extra point, but my concern is I can't see us picking up another one this season. And I think we're approaching a situation where our survival is going to be determined by what the other teams around us do rather than what we do ourselves. We just have to hope that a week's rest and a week on the training ground is going to give Marty the time he needs to sort this out. We have to win against Preston because we can't head into Coventry and Leeds needing a result. And that means that Cifuentes has some big decisions to make. Begovic looks absolutely nonplussed about the situation, and I would genuinely consider dropping him for either Walsh or Archer. None of our strikers score, so is it even worth having one on the pitch? I'd either play Willock at 10 or as a false 9, or you could even have Field, Colback and Hayden all in the midfield, pack it out and make sure we don't see a repeat of yesterday. And are the Fox and Dunn at left back and right back experiments still working? Because for as good as I thought Fox was against Plymouth, I think we did miss Powell's link up down that left hand side yesterday. Beyond those decisions, it's just going to take some individual moments of brilliance to get us out of this. Either way, all we can do is get behind the team next weekend and hope that we can drag them over the line ourselves. Thank you very much for watching today's video. Do let me know your thoughts on the match in the comments below. And if you have enjoyed the post-match reaction, then give this video a like and subscribe to the channel as well. Thanks again, and I'll see you in my next video for my Preston North End match preview. Cheers.